SEO This Week. Hey everyone, Clint Butler here, and welcome to another episode of SEO This Week. This is episode number 42, talking about keywords, video scripts, and a bunch of schema tips. So hang with us, and I hope you enjoy the show. First post we're going to is on quicksprout.com, and here are the keyword research hacks that I use to come up with lists of targeted keywords fast. It's by Neil Patel. It was published on the 12th of July. And it goes into not only the basics that you pretty much see everywhere of what is keyword research, but it gives you more tools to use. More specifically, Uber Suggest is mentioned here, how to use that tool, how to use BuzzSumo, how to leverage Google's autocomplete feature and related searches. And then there's one I've never heard of, is Solvi It. And that looks like a pretty cool tool. It pulls a bunch of keyword strings off of a bunch of different services, and that'll help you out. And then there's a little bit on how to use Bing Ads to scrape ideas with that too. So all in all, this is a great post on how to just get a little bit more done. If anything, you can use the trends here to generate yourself a keyword list at the starting point of your research when you're just looking for opportunities to expand. The next is on RazorSocial.com, is how to track links shared on social media. And this one talks about using the Google Campaign URL Builder, UTM, and then combining that with some link shortening tools like Bitly, Google you can use, and another one called ClickMeter that they suggested, or Sniply, whatever you use for your link shortening needs. And combine that with the UTM tracker, and that will enable you to better pinpoint which traffic is coming from where and follow that user flow throughout the travel of your website. Some things to keep in mind. Some email tools and some websites don't like certain link shorteners, so I suggest sticking with the Bitly or Google URL shortener, and then there's a couple other ones that are quote-unquote premium and a little bit more trusted versus going for the cheapo options that are available to you. This will take a little bit of work, especially if you're sharing your links on several different platforms, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc., etc., etc. So you just might want to go ahead and forego this unless you're doing specific things, only because it just takes so much time to create this the UTMs over and over and over again, especially if you're promoting one post on several different platforms. Next is johnloomer.com, and we're talking about Facebook ads, creating audiences for those who engage on Instagram. What's really cool about this is you used to be able to create audiences, people who are engaging with you on Facebook alone, but now they've integrated Instagram a lot better into that. That covers people that are engaging with your Facebook business profile, some lead forms, and now video. There's some other things here that they did. I think you'll enjoy this post, especially if you're advertising on Instagram to kind of pull a little bit more out of it. So check that out and see if the features are going to be something that you find useful. Next is practicalecommerce.com. It's 5 content marketing ideas for August 2017. First is the back-to-school articles and videos, travel and leisure suggestions, International Beer Day coming on August 4th, and aspirational articles. 5 clever ways to for storage, for instance, and then videos for top products if you want to do some product review stuff. What I like here is the travel and leisure suggestions. Let's say you're a local business, you're a dentist in Seattle. You can have a travel and leisure section for your content and kind of highlighting some things that are going on this month or every month thereafter. And it only takes you, 10, 15 minutes to get yourself a nice list, build it up, kind of put some images on it and put it on your site, and link to your city page for your service. That builds instant local relevancy. And I think you'll find that really helpful. So, again, you can try the other stuff in here too, but for local businesses, that's probably the number one thing that I want to have to check out and leverage a little bit more. Next is SEOinteractive.com, and it's entitled The Definitive Guide to Adobe Analysis Workspace. If you are not into data visualizations and such like that, then it's probably not going to be for you, but I like it because of the business intelligence aspect of our operations that we go into this, and I think you'll be interested. We're using Google Data Studio right now. Microsoft has our Power BI suite that's also free, so Adobe might be a little bit much for you, but check it out. Go through his guide. It's very good, very concise, and if it's something that you can use effectively without having to reinvent the wheel in your systems, then I'd go ahead and try it out. I didn't check the price for this because, again, it's not something that we were going to use when I can use Google Data Studio for free for all our reporting, because those templates are pulled in from the other Google properties like Analytics and Search Console, but this is definitely might be something for you. Next is Moz.com, and it's SEO best practices for canonical URLs. This is a Whiteboard Friday video. Now, if you're like me, in the beginning when canonicals became all the rage in SEO, you're always wondering what the heck are they talking about? What is a canonical? I'm confused because you hear different versions of how to use a canonical, and really this post breaks it down in plain English to you. What is a canonical URL for? How do you leverage it? How do you actually create it and manipulate it? Especially if you're dealing with multiple URLs. It's a good video. It's nice and short and gives you a really good, not over the top, not hyper technical explanation of canonicals. So just so you can understand it and the true purposes of it, versus what you see in 1,000 different SEO blogs, etc., pretending to know what it's for. Next is HubSpot.com. It's how to write a video script template. And this is actually pretty cool. It gives you a template and a video to help you follow step by step in this entire process. My caveat here is, unless you're ranking a commercial, you're probably not going to need this unless you're one of those types of operations that you put out really professional, high quality videos. Well, if you're doing screencasts or you're doing how-to videos and stuff like that, again, it would help to have a script, but sometimes they just become a little bit more work than what they're worth. In SEO This Week, we kind of do this on the fly. We don't write a script. We go through the articles, we know what they're about, and we talk to you about it. As simple as that. You may find that to be the best option for you. If you're turning your content into videos, again, you can do the same thing. Just kind of free range the conversation and go over with your content. But if you're creating an ad or something like that, then you're going to need a script. This is a good template to go by. You can find other services that create templates for you as well and just kind of change it up. And then also suggests how to use your laptop and a chair as a teleprompter, which is very good when you're writing a script, unless you're gonna, you're one of those type of people that can just memorize it. I am certainly not. So we use the old laptop trick as a teleprompter. So, like I said, this is a good video or a good article. You should check it out. Next is SearchEngineJournal.com. Is Longtail SEO strategy, why and how to target high intent keywords. I think if you've been in SEO for a while, you should probably already be targeting long-tail keywords, but there are some people that obviously just don't do it because they don't understand what it is. So basically, a term like SEO is a broad match term, where SEO services in Seattle, Washington is a long-tail keyword. Long-tail terms are generally, for the most part, easier to rank. The conversions are a lot higher because the searcher intent is more defined, and you can get you rank for a lot of the long tail terms, and you generate a lot of traffic that you wouldn't otherwise generate if you're just targeting a single term like SEO, for example. So this is a good article just to kind of expand on what Neil Patel talked about over there at QuickSprout. But if I was going to choose one or the other, I would go ahead and just read the Neil Patel one. You can probably skip this one. Next is Search Engine Journal again, is what is Schema Markup and why is it important for SEO? I think you go a little bit overreaching when you said, what is Schema Markup and why is it important for SEO? Because This only talked about the microdata form of it. There is JSON-LD form, and he, but for the most part, he did a pretty good job, I think. So this article just shows you how to implement microdata recommendations and different types for microdata. If you're wondering what the difference is, microdata that shows up on your site, it actually displays. Users see it, and if you use JSON-LD, then they don't see it. We prefer JSON-LD because it doesn't interfere with the technical or design aspects of our website or worry about converting agency stuff. But he does talk about how to add RDF data, resource descriptive framework inside of your HTML, especially if you're doing an HTML site, if you are creating an HTML-based website. Or a website or a theme developer for that matter. If you're going to put these operators, you can actually add this into your coding, so when people update your theme or use your theme, it's all in there as well. Again, not really something that I would recommend chasing down the rabbit hole when you can implement schema with JSON-LD. It's all hidden, it's all done, it's all easy. But Bing doesn't read JSON-LD, so there you can test some other options, or these are some available options if you want to leverage more Bing traffic. We're testing some things if you use a structured data markup inside Google Search Console. What that does is it puts microdata on your website when it's loaded up. Or you're telling it that we want to see if that's actually visible to Bing. If it's not, then we're going to have to come up with another solution of actually adding that, at least in some portions, to ours and our client sites, so we can leverage at least a little bit more specifically for local stuff, though. The rest of it, I think, is kind of mute, especially Bing is rewarding us without having it already, so no sense in changing something that's already working, especially content-wise. And our last site is Search Engine Land, as Google Image Search shows videos and recipes. It's actually pretty interesting. It's saying that it's related to newly supported schema around the images, but I couldn't find any reference to that. I did see the changes to the video schema and what they're doing with it, and this is really they're showing a change inside of the mobile search results. However, if you go into the desktop-based version, you'll see the thumbnails too. The importance here is now that they're pulling in the thumbnails from YouTube and Vimeo and sites like that, you're going to generate more traffic to your videos. So it's all more important to go ahead and make sure that you're creating those good custom thumbnails. Don't rely on YouTube to do it. And you might actually generate some traffic. Again, it's not going to be some windfall traffic that's going to send you thousands of visitors overnight. But, if one of those a month shows up and buys something from you, then it's worth the extra exposure that you get. Plus, you can use the schema markup on your own website if you're hosting your videos on your website, and that will go ahead and pull in that image into the image results from your own website for your quote-unquote custom thumbnail as well. So it's always advantageous to take advantage of that. If Google's going to provide us the opportunity, they're going to give us the rules and how they want you to do it, and you just take advantage of it and do it. It doesn't take you any more time to knock that out. So with that, I think that's it for episode number 42 of SEO This Week. No videos this week. We haven't found anyone who published any really good content about SEO or updates or anything like that. On the video side, kind of sorry about that, but it is what it is. With that, I hope you have a good week. I hope you enjoyed episode number 42, and we'll see you next week for episode number 43.